Captured by aliens for thousands of years, one man returns to a world that no longer exists. He's humanity's last survivor, and the secrets he uncovers about Earth's destruction will leave you speechless. Betrayals, alien experiments, and a shocking twist you'll never see coming. Don't miss this mind-blowing movie. For centuries, humanity has proudly regarded itself as the most intelligent species on Earth. However, this assumption is flawed. In truth, humans rank third in intelligence. The second position belongs to dolphins, who have long been aware of the planet's impending doom. Their attempts to warn humans were misinterpreted as playful antics. Eventually, the dolphins departed Earth, leaving behind a simple farewell, "So long, and thanks for all the fish." Meanwhile, in the tranquil English countryside, Arthur wakes up to an unexpected disruption. A demolition crew has arrived, intent on tearing down his home. Alarmed, Arthur rushes outside, planting himself between the bulldozers and his house. He confronts the crew's foreman, frustrated that no one informed him of this plan. Their heated exchange is interrupted by Arthur's friend Ford, who appears with a cart of beer to distract the workers. Seizing the opportunity, Ford drags Arthur to a nearby pub. At the pub, Ford behaves strangely, revealing to Arthur that he's an alien from another planet. To prove it, Ford recounts the story of their first meeting. Ford had been attempting to introduce himself to a car when Arthur heroically pulled him out of harm's way. Grateful for that act, Ford now insists on repaying the favor by saving Arthur from Earth's imminent destruction. Despite Ford's urgency, Arthur is distracted by an old photograph of Trisha on his phone. It reminds him of a missed opportunity at a party where he and Trisha had connected deeply. When she invited him on an adventurous trip to Madagascar, Arthur declined, clinging to his familiar life in Britain. His hesitation allowed a charismatic man named Zaphod to sweep Trisha away, a memory that still haunts Arthur. Their conversation is abruptly cut short when Arthur hears the sound of demolition. Rushing back, he finds his home reduced to rubble. But before he can fully process the loss, a massive shadow envelopes the area. A colossal spaceship appears, scaring the demolition crew into fleeing. Ford remains unfazed. Handing Arthur a towel, he advises him to hold on tightly. With a glowing ring on his thumb, Ford activates a mechanism that whisks them aboard the alien vessel. The ship belongs to the Vogons, an infamously bureaucratic alien race. Moments later, their captain broadcasts a galactic announcement. Earth is slated for destruction to make way for a hyperspace bypass. Panic ensues as Earthlings witness a fleet of Vogon ships surround the planet. Within moments, Earth is obliterated, reduced to a cloud of cosmic dust. On board, Ford explains that he is a journalist compiling the Earth entry for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a comprehensive manual for interstellar travelers. Arthur struggles to accept the reality of alien life, but is more distressed to learn that Earth no longer exists. As Ford attempts to use his hitchhiking ring to send a signal, Arthur stumbles upon an entry in the guide about the Vogons, describing them as a species notorious for their atrocious poetry. Their presence doesn't go unnoticed. Vogon security captures Arthur and Ford, dragging them before the captain, who subjects them to a torturous poetry recital. While Ford writhes in agony, Arthur appears unaffected, unable to grasp the poem's meaning. When asked for feedback, Arthur delivers a glowing yet fabricated critique, inadvertently offending the captain. Furious, the captain orders their immediate ejection into space. Arthur and Ford float helplessly in the vacuum of space, resigned to their fate, when a miraculous event occurs. A peculiar ship materializes and pulls them aboard. The two awaken to find themselves temporarily transformed into furniture. As their surroundings stabilize, they revert to their human forms, coming face to face with the Heart of Gold, a highly advanced spaceship stolen by none other than Zaphod, the galaxy's eccentric president. To Arthur's shock, Trisha is also aboard, now going by a new name. While she catches up with Arthur, Zaphod explains his mission. He's searching for the ultimate question to life, the universe, and everything. This quest stems from an ancient supercomputer named Deep Thought, which famously determined the answer to be 42. Unfortunately, the question remains unknown. To uncover it, Zaphod needs the heart of Gold's improbability drive, which allows the ship to teleport unpredictably across the galaxy. As the ship jumps to its next location, strange phenomena occur. The crew temporarily transforms into knitted figurines, giving two sneaky mice the opportunity to collect strands of Arthur's hair. When the crew regains their normal forms, they find themselves on a peculiar planet hosting a bizarre ceremony. Here, the locals worship a deity known as the Great Green Arkelseizure, believed to have sneezed the universe into existence. The journey continues with Zaphod negotiating with an old political rival for coordinates to Magrathea, a legendary planet that may hold answers to the ultimate question. Humma remains furious over Zaphod's controversial election victory, but begrudgingly agrees to give him the coordinates he needs on one condition. Zaphod must retrieve a legendary weapon from Magrathea. To ensure he returns, Humma confiscates one of Zaphod's two heads. With the coordinates in hand, the crew departs, only to be ambushed by the Vogons outside. The hostile forces open fire immediately, forcing the group to take cover. Trisha devises a daring plan, holding an aerosol can to Zaphod's remaining head, feigning a threat to gain passage. The ruse fails as the Vogons capture her on the spot and resume their assault on the rest of the group. Ford and Arthur manage to haul Zaphod back to the ship in the chaos. Zaphod attempts to set a course for Magrathea, but Arthur insists on going to the Vogon homeworld to rescue Trisha. The ship's AI then reveals that the guidance system has been secretly sabotaged by the mice. Left with no alternative, they board an outdated escape pod and navigate the traditional way. Upon reaching the Vogon planet, Zaphod's impaired state from his missing head becomes a problem, so Ford equips him with a lemon-squeezing cap to stimulate his brain. The trio pushes on, encountering mechanical swatters that batter them with every step, leaving them bruised and battered as they reach the prison. Meanwhile, Trisha faces intense interrogation, learning the devastating truth: Earth was destroyed due to a bureaucratic oversight. Shockingly, Zaphod had signed the paperwork without reading it, mistaking it for an autograph request. Trisha is sentenced to be fed to the terrifying bug ladder beast of Troll as punishment for her alleged crime of illegally adopting the president. At the prison's front desk, Arthur, Ford, and Zaphod endure endless bureaucratic hoops to file for Trisha's release. When their initial request is denied due to the severity of her crime, they persuade Zaphod to clarify the misunderstanding. After an exhausting ordeal of filling out presidential forms, their appeal is accepted just in time to save Trisha from her gruesome fate. However, Trisha's reunion with the group is far from joyous. She slaps Zaphod for his role in Earth's destruction and reprimands Arthur for deceiving her. Back on the ship, as Trisha showers, Arthur approaches her to offer a heartfelt apology and explains that their escape from Earth spared them from its ultimate destruction. Using the coordinates, Zaphod activates the improbability drive, launching them into a chaotic sequence of transformations. When they approach Magrathea, an automated message warns them the planet is closed. Zaphod disregards the warning, triggering the launch of 2 missiles. With no better option, Arthur presses the improbability drive again, which transforms the missiles into a bowl of petunias and a whale. The whale briefly ponders its existence before crashing onto the planet. Safely landing on Magrathea, the group discovers a network of portals. Trisha impulsively jumps into one, with Ford and Zaphod following close behind. Arthur hesitates until the portal seals, leaving him alone with Marvin. A man named Slartibartfast appears, reassuring Arthur that his friends are safe and leading him through another portal. Arthur learns that Earth was a commissioned creation by Slartibartfast's company and that its destruction was a clerical error. To Arthur's surprise, they are building a replica Earth from backups. Meanwhile, Zaphod, Trisha, and Ford encounter Deep Thought, a supercomputer distracted by TV. When they ask about the ultimate question of life, Deep Thought informs them that Earth held the answer, but its destruction erased that possibility. Disheartened, they search for the legendary weapon and find the point-of-view fire weapon, a device designed to make people understand another's perspective. Trisha uses it on Zaphod, making him to comprehend her frustrations. However, the exercise leads Trisha to a deeper realization about her own unresolved emotions. Elsewhere, Arthur learns that mice were Earth's true architects and had been covertly studying humans. When two mice demand Arthur's brain for their ultimate experiment, he is restrained. Arthur buys time by musing philosophically, inadvertently reflecting on his newfound appreciation for life and his feelings for Trisha. Summoning his courage, Arthur breaks free, defeats the mice, revealed to be aliens in disguise, and rescues his friends as chaos erupts outside. The group narrowly escapes as Marvin neutralizes their pursuers with the point-of-view fire weapon, making the Voggans too despondent to fight. Slartibartfast announces the new Earth is complete, but Arthur decides he won't return. Instead, he invites Trisha to join him on the Heart of Gold for their next adventure. As the new Earth takes its place in the galaxy, Arthur's closing words about never leaving without his towel are misinterpreted as a grave insult by a microscopic alien species. Their invasion is thwarted hilariously when a dog swallows their tiny ships, proving once more that perspective is everything. From the depths of alien captivity to uncovering Earth's rebirth, Arthur's journey redefines survival and second chances. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more unforgettable adventures.